Muffin's experience has a level of time. The little spikes can take extra damage.
He makes it
for free.
Wow.
Don't save anywhere for him.
Oh! Muffin! Oh, Wilson! Wilson!
What are you doing? No, what are you doing?
Oh no, still. Oh, Hellfreak! Oh, Hellfreak, I'm saving him again!
Guys, I hope he remembers that top left keystone, because that's dash, that's huge.
Oh, he forgot it! He doesn't remember. Oh no!
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My screen name is Covert Muffin, and we're going to be bringing you the next exciting match for the Ori and the Blind Forest Randomizer Tournament, Swiss Round 3 for the 0-2 match of Cutie-Roo versus Galaxy. But of course, I would not be able to commentate this match alone, so joined with me is none other than Oosh. Oosh, what's up, dude?
Hi, Muffin, and hi, everyone. I just realized that this is a knockout match. That's super exciting and intense.
Yeah, this is going to put a little additional pressure on our runners. So for people who are watching this, we're doing 5 rounds of Swiss before qualifying for brackets. And in order to be able to qualify for brackets, you have to have a winning record by the end of it. So that means that if either of our runners want to be able to qualify to move on and progress in the tournament, they have to win their next 3 matches in a row. So somebody is definitely going to be eliminated from being able to progress on, but they do have the option to be able to play out the rest of their matches, even if they pick up a loss here today.
Yeah, and like whoever wins today is going to have the pressure of having to win every single match going forward.
Yeah, that's almost more terrifying, right?
Yeah. And I've definitely, like in my own randos and races, I've noticed that when I get nervous, I can still play, but thinking becomes really hard.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that being said, we do have 2 runners who are a bit new to the randomizer and maybe Ori in general, don't we?
Yeah, so it could definitely be this, like, if there's a little bit of nerves, we can't really tell, but it could be a bit challenging, but I'm sure they'll do great.
Yeah, for sure. And that makes me more excited for this match too, right? Because both of them, having picked up the rando recently, have really improved. Like I've been watching a lot of Cutie-Roo's matches, especially in doubles with Trojan, and some of the tricks that she's been busting out were really difficult tricks to be sure. So I cannot wait to see what she brings to the table with the various skills we're going to be finding. But oh man, that transition is so good. And so we have Cutie-Roo on the left, Galaxy on the right, and I am super excited to also see what Galaxy brings to the table as we get started. But Oosh, let's do the traditional commentator tradition thingy. What is the first pickup?
I'm hoping it's going to be a swamp teleporter.
Oh, you monster. Oh, man. So there are teleporters that are pickups, of course, and so if they find Swamp TP, that opens up like a huge portion of the map if they find like pretty much any skill. So that could be a very long and extraneous seed before they actually end up finding the skills they need. But here we go. So first
Looks
pickup,
like
not really much.
Sorry.
No, just a keystone, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying first pickup is a keystone, and that usually points towards going towards the wall jump tree in the beginning. And per the mode that we're playing, we get Bash as well.
Yeah, Bash is an amazing skill, probably the most versatile and most powerful skill for the randomizer itself. It really does cut down on the seed time a lot to get Bash early, but we could also see an instance where we get Bash Grenade and not have any wall interaction for the majority of the seed, actually. So that could be really terrifying, especially to somebody who is a bit newer to the rando. But both of these runners have had multiple weeks and have put on really impressive displays. So I'm sure they would be able to do a really, really great job if they ended up getting that situation. So I can't wait.
Yeah, the other really interesting thing about Bash is that it opens up the possibility if you get a grenade, if you get the grenade skill rather early, that you can do Bash grenades. And it can be quite hard because it opens up so many things. So it's gonna really test the decision making for them.
Yeah, and it looks like we do get that 2 Keystone opener there. So we are going to be able to go over to left glade. Cutie dying right before she hits the Keystone, but it's just experience from the check from Galaxy. And now on the left, we're going to see if Cutie actually pulls out a double bash on this Frankie to check this above pickup. It is a map stone. Oh, yeah, so not having wall interaction, you can't quite get high enough to be able to get up here. So waiting for the Frankie again. Oh, yeah. You just have to double bash it to be able to get up. But both of them trying this bash method to try and get up onto the corner. Maybe this could work with a wall run or something.
Really interesting. I've never seen this strategy before. Oh, Galaxy gets it. And it's Water Vein.
Oh my goodness, that is actually pretty huge. That could be an easy pickup to skip over. But luckily, if Grenade shows on the map there, Oosh, Cutie might just make the play to go to Sea Flame Tree and then be able to find that Water Vein pretty early. But, man. Oh, no,
There's
it's wall jump.
This is a jam-packed rando already.
No, it's Grove Teleporter too. This is like one of the worst things that could happen, right? Because those are the ways to be able to circumnavigate that pickup to get access to Sea Flame Tree. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hopefully, Rue decides to go back and check it rather early.
Yeah,
or like and since this is clues mode, when one of the players have reached their third tree, they will be informed of where one of the dungeon keys are. So hopefully, Water Vein is going to be the first clue.
Yeah, for sure. And so now we see our runners doing a nice general cleanup as they're progressing through. Finding a keystone, just resources, just some EXP. And Galaxy looks like is going to be making the play for that Spirit Cavern. So up here is a 2-key door. I really like this play, especially because they ended up finding the Hollow Grove TP, which is the one directly above this area. So they guaranteed don't need to open up that 4-key door at the top. So when else are you really going to check this section, right? So and nice progression here could be located here, excuse me, because it has a nice density associated with it.
Yeah, and Galaxy is already at free energy, so energy doors might come into play as well.
Wow, that's a really good point. And then that would allow them to be able to bypass an area like Spider Sack area, which generally does not have very good accessibility unless you have like verticality and something to destroy blue things. And right now, we don't have Sea Flame or Grenade there.
It looks like Kiriru is going back to the left. Maybe for a Spirit Caverns play. Maybe gonna recheck that ability cell above.
Yeah, come on. We're gonna see right here. Yeah, she turns around. Yes, all right. So Kiriru just making sure that she doesn't get randoed. I really like this play because missing that one pickup could really change the scope of the mid game. Because as you mentioned, when we get 3 trees, Oosh, that could give us the clue. But Water Vein could be the clue after we grab 9 trees, after we are like 40 minutes into the seed.
Exactly. And if progression is locked inside Ginsu, it becomes a lot harder. Or a much more challenging tree. Or not tree, rando seed.
Yeah, for sure. So we see just general resources here. So what would be the next play for our runner seed?
Well, they have the Grove TP open for a quick check of the Charge Flame tree, or they can go into BRB. I think I prefer the BRB play because the pickups are all accessible with the skills they have now, and it's someplace they have to go anyways because there's a skill tree. So Galaxy is doing it right now.
Yeah, I like that point. And then if they want to sequence break the logic, if they don't find a 4th energy, for instance, then what they can do is just double bash the Frankie. You don't even have to double bash. You can just normal bash it in order to stomp the peg in order to be able to get access to Moon Grotto on the right side of the map. But still looking for something like Grenade or even another verticality source like Double Jump, Charge Jump would be really, really nice for our runners.
Yeah, definitely. And Bash just makes BRB a breeze can see Galaxy just going through it here, utilizing it a little bit to get quicker to places where you need to go. You need to pick up this orb before you can actually activate the Spirit Tree. You have to lift the darkness.
Yeah, for sure. And so we're going to see Galaxy, wow, nicely done, getting that jump sequence first try and being able to get up. Check the pickup, it is a keystone. All right, so more and more keystones on the map is interesting. It's definitely progression is either going to be down here in Blackroot Burrows or it's going to be up at Charge Flame Tree. But that progression could take on the form of another teleporter, a 4th energy cell, or it could be a skill. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what comes up as we see a divergence from our runners.
Yeah, over here on the left, we have, as we spoke about earlier, that Cutie-Roo have the Grove teleporter and use that to head towards the Charge Flame Tree. And
yeah,
it could definitely be progression hiding here as well.
Yeah, and here we go. We're going to see Cutie-Roo take this Frankie over to stomp the floor and then drop down. Yeah, I like this, just like keeping the Frankie away. You can do a few things with the tree to be able to get past the blue wall, but just checking this pickup down here first. It is the 4th energy cell, so that is progression to the right-hand side of the map because they do have wall jump, they do have bash. I can't remember if they need something like glide or double jump to be able to close the distance over the poison water, but I'm not entirely sure. But that does get them access to Death Gauntlet.
Definitely, and these two runners definitely have the skill, even if it isn't in logic, to execute that. I don't even know. You couldn't call it a Death Glide. You'd call it a Death Bash potentially to get over the poison water.
Yeah, I think that's a good name for it, the Death Bash. So that sounds like the new tribute to like a Metallica band or something. All right, Cutie-Roo now finishing up is going to opt to join her fellow compatriot in Blackroot Burrows. I like this play, just making sure to get these initial trees out of the way, and especially because that's right, Cutie-Roo is at 2 of 3 trees. So once she makes it through Blackroot Burrows, this is going to allow her to be able to get her first clue of the seed, whereas Galaxy would have to make the play that Cutie-Roo made and use the Hologrove to be able to check Seed Tree after this.
Yeah, and as we saw with Galaxy, there wasn't really anything super important in BRB, but I'd be very surprised if Cutie-Roo decided to skip pickups already.
All right. Yeah, and Galaxy doing this nice sequence break, check the map zone. Just the mega health. I actually like that play there. Maybe that death was intentional to be able to just kind of like zoom past. That saves like a couple seconds. That's clever. I might steal that.
Yeah. And even though you might just think, hey, that's just a couple of seconds, those seconds can really quickly add up and matter. We've seen races earlier in this tournament that have just been ridiculously close.
Yeah, oh, and interesting. Galaxy opted to grab Quick Flame earlier on, so didn't have to rekindle for the lever. So ended up using a save anywhere in order to start a save, and then using that ability level up to get rekindle in order to be able to glitch this door right here to be able to get access to Boulder Escape. And it's double jump! Oh, wow.
So yeah, Death Gauntlet is definitely in logic now.
Oh yeah, totally. And we also got word from our truck, thank you guys so much, that just with wall jump and 4 energy, that Death Gauntlet is in logic. So our runners definitely had the resources that they needed. The 3 HP swim can be pretty brutal, but it is expected of our runners to be able to do that. But here we go. So Galaxy making the play for Boulder Escape. I like this a lot. Bring the Frankie over to break this rock and keeping that Frankie alive. Because if we don't find something like Stomp or Charge Jump and Climb, getting access to Light Grenade Tree is actually really difficult.
Yeah, and this Frankie is unique because it doesn't respawn for whatever reason. So when he's dead, he's dead.
Yeah, I think they like added it as an aspect of the Boulder Escape itself, and they expected you to have the boulder to like kill it or like crush it or something. But no, it's the Frankie's gonna survive to see another day. Only 14 experience for Galaxy, so having double jump, this will be interesting to see. Does she opt to go over and check one-offs because she knows she doesn't have progression yet? No, instead making the play to go to C3. I like this a lot.
Yeah, it seems like the 100% the right decision.
Yeah.
The only thing you miss out on there, oh, Kuduru taking a little bit of an unfortunate death in the crushers there. It's a fairly devious trick. It looks really simple, but there's a lot of timing involved baiting out the crushers.
Yeah, it's pretty tricky. You both need to be like on top of the movement, but then also just have like a really fluid flow getting through, and that can be very hard to establish. Yeah, just like barely not getting over to the right far enough to be able to get that second block coming down, and she really does want to check this pickup. This pickup actually isn't in logic, so to speak, at the moment because we don't have dash, but it could be that one important pickup. And Kuduru opting to not do it, I like this play. If you can just like kind of focus too long on any given trick, it adds up. It adds up a lot of time for your opponent to be able to get a lead or be able to catch up. And in this instance, it looks like Galaxy is going to be working over to the Sea Flame tree a little bit ahead of Kuduru being able to do Boulder Escape. And nice, Kuduru being able to get through to check that pickup. Not going to be something.
I'm thinking that possibly it was the darkness of the screen that was kind of messing with it. Because it is when you do the early cutscene. I don't even actually know what to call it, but you can do it while a cutscene is playing out, and it's really dark during that. So I can understand that causing some problems.
Yeah, look at this, Oosh. Galaxy on the right is going to be able to check a pickup that Kuduru could not, because Kuduru did not have double jump when she was over here. So Galaxy is going to find just experience. That's a relief for Kuduru.
Yeah, fortunate and unfortunate. So it looks like Death Gauntlet is either that or Gladeser, and I think that most runners are going to opt for the Death Gauntlet play over checking Gladeser here.
Yeah, and here we go. Kuduru going to find that double jump pickup. That is going to be really, really nice, especially when she decides to move over. Galaxy putting a save down is not going to quite have enough energy now to be able to get over. But hey, I mean, it's going to warn her for some safety because she's just going to drop down here, be able to save on the Spear Well to refill the energy, and then Altar to go back over. As Kuduru now is in Boulder Escape and just going to be able to catch up with her opponent momentarily. But Galaxy having just a little bit of a lead here. Ooh, takes a damage, so this could be a little bit spooky in the swim section.
One thing I kind of want to see one of them do is potentially check the 100 experience just to the left and above the Death Gauntlet door, because it is actually in logic with only bash.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, luring a Frankie all the way over to this door. And oh, Galaxy just landing on those 2 damage spikes again, barely. That's okay. Has regrouped, so going to save and bring her health up to 2 is going to be able to get through the section, no problem. And with bash, that'll be nice. Oh, doesn't bash off to the slime, maybe just having a momentary lapse in forgetfulness that she has the skill. It's so easy to do.
Other speedrunning category muscle memory might be kicking in, or just completely forgotten. Oh, gets through though. Very nicely done.
Yeah, nicely done. And Kuduru is going to be alt-Ring now and moving over. Only on 2 health though. And, lands on the 2 damage spikes. Yeah, those are instant death. But now with 3 health is going to be coming back to the section.
It's a funny bramble because if you stick on the left side, it only does 1 damage, but if you go...
Yeah, Galaxy just took an unfortunate death and now is back at the entrance of this, not dropping down to save after being able to work through the section. Nicely done, damage is passed, but Kuduru is now all caught up in this pretty linear seed so far, Oosh.
Yeah, it's getting close. No, it's just a matter of execution at this point until progression shows up somewhere.
Yeah, this is it. I like the more like hesitant play from Galaxy, just killing off the enemies before getting through. Having Quick Flame and that Spear Flame upgrade is going to allow her to be able to take out these enemies actually really fast. Like that slime, these slimes actually have a lot of health. They have a lot more health than the slimes in the beginning of Glades. But ooh, nice. Galaxy finding the first pickup in Grotto, which is going to be a health cell, and then is going to be progressing over to go up a little bit before dipping down into Lower Moon Grotto, where the next tree is, which is Double Tree. Finds another health cell. Wow.
Apparently all of it was hidden there. I like that play, checking those free quick pickups, and it looks like Kuduru over in the left is going to be doing the same.
Yeah, I agree. I do like this play a lot. Just get a little extra padding before you decide to dwell down into it. And yeah, you do have to like go up there eventually, but having double jump and checking those double jump gated pickups could also be a place that the Logic wants to just like stick the next skill, right? Or stick the next important thing.
Yeah, and Grotto is a bit unique in that there's a ton of Charge Flame or Grenade Lock pickups down there. So I can understand looking for that before heading in there, because you're going to miss out on a lot of information if you don't have it before.
Yeah, it's a really good point. And Kiryu showing off a really nice jump chain there, and Galaxy glitching out this bridge, nicely done, is going to be able to come over, check the vanilla water vein location and the EXP over here. But then also we're going to be able to check an extra pickup as we fall down. And Kiryu nailing the same trick as well. It's pretty easy to like mistime that. So nailing that trick is both really impressive, but also very important because it gets us 3 more pickups as we're coming down.
Yeah, they're definitely using these save anywhere and rekindles really well to just skip those few little seconds, and it's definitely already added up to be a bunch more.
Yeah, for sure. So over here, we're going to be checking some pickups in the lower left of Grotto. Galaxy is going to be able to get the check first on the right. Just a map stone, but that map stone's nice because Galaxy ended up having no map stones currently, so we'll allow her to be able to turn that in as we see Kiryu taking out some of these blocks and going for an all skills trick on this really tiny ledge. Nice, gets up there, is going to be able to double jump over, no problem. Casually, you're supposed to just double jump from one hanging pillar to the other, but Kiryu showing off some impressive skills.
Kiryu actually opting out of the lower left side, so it's going to be interesting to see here if that decision is gonna matter if Galaxy finds progression down here.
Yeah, because if Kiryu just opts to never check that area, then this could be bad for Kiryu because if a skill is down here, as you mentioned, for Galaxy, that is going to be really, really nice. However, if nothing is down here, checking this one vault in particular does take a good amount of time. And so with that, oh, Galaxy doesn't know. You can bash a projectile shot to be able to break the floor here. But that's okay. Just going to be using the shot. Oh no! Accidentally reactivates the switch and takes a death, sending her all the way back to the top of Grotto. Oh man. Oh, that's so brutal.
That is a very unfortunate death. But yeah, it kind of looks like Galaxy might have completely forgotten that she has bash. We haven't seen her use it in the past 5 minutes.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Oh, that's brutal. That it's so easy to have happen though, especially like in a race setting, just like forgetting you have a skill. But nicely done, going to be using an intentional death. And I really like this from Galaxy. She recognized that she didn't have any pickups that were really that useful that she found on left Grotto. And yeah, there are 2 pickups in that area where she wasn't able to check. However, this is not going to deter her from saying, you know what, I'm just going to the right side and mitigate a lot of that potential time loss from revisiting that left Grotto area. Yeah,
they're both exhibiting really good choices of cutting their losses where they can and not get stubborn about a specific thing. I think that's a very important skill to or mental attitude to have in a randomizer as well.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we did get our first clue. It was Sunstone in Swamp, so that's actually really nice. Finding the water vein early, getting that Sunstone clue. But Swamp could be a place with tons of nasty locations to place a pickup. Isn't that right, Oosh?
Yeah. So, Muffin, what do you think the next play is here? We have the water vein. We also just got a Swamp teleporter. Where would they be heading?
You know, you could make a play to sequence break to Stomp Tree itself, just with Bash in order to be able to check it. Or you could just end up digging for some more pickups. And it looks like Kiryu is going to be checking a one-off location, so backtracking all the way to the left. Oh, no. Oh, wow, making the counter play. Oh, my goodness. All right, this pickup is a, like, one of the most hated pickups ever, and it is in Logic right now. So Cutie-Roo on the left is going to be baiting this Frankie over after backtracking all the way over here in order to push this block down and slowly meander it over. And meanwhile, Galaxy making use of her teleporter to be able to get over into this swamp area is going to be checking some high density pickups and maybe sequence breaking into swamp for that Stomp tree.
Or making the Ginsu tree play. But
Oh yeah,
like, no.
yeah, we have Water Vein.
Yeah,
That's right.
But there's this treacherous plant in oh, do we have a death here? No, okay, sorry. I just saw the replay. An energy cell from Glacier, awesome. But yeah, there's a treacherous plant in Ginso, where it requires Charge Flame or Grenade, and leaving that behind can be a little bit frustrating because you really don't want to do Ginso tree revisits. So I can understand putting it off for later and heading down to Swamp instead.
Yeah, and I mean, we have Sign, we have Wall Jump, we have Double Jump, we have Bash. The only vanilla skill that you would have in a casual playthrough would be Charge Flame. And Charge Flame doesn't really help with Ginso, but that puts like the entirety of Ginso in Logic as long as we find enough Keystones.
But it seems like Sunstone will be gated further into Swamp, which is available through sequence breaking, as you mentioned earlier, but it seems like Galaxy is gonna up out of that. Be a little smart here with the, what are they called? The Sit Shoot Sharks? And,
yeah, that's the name we've given them. I also call them Shooty Shark guys. Because that was a name that my good speed friend Elo gave it when we ran doubles.
It's a great name.
All right, but
yeah.
Now we see Cutie-Roo dipping into Hollow Grove a bit as Galaxy is going to be continuing the pursuit in Upper Grotto now and Swamp to find that pickup, and then moving over and is going to be joining Cutie-Roo in this Hollow Grove section. This is a great check from our runners because that's right, progression could be over here. But as you mentioned, they are putting off Ginso Tree, and Ginso Tree does have a really nice density, and I believe they do have enough keystones to be able to make it through.
Yeah, I'm at this point, I'm starting to suspect that our next progression, possibly some plant breaking, is going to be hiding in Ginso. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to make that decision first and just start going for it.
Yeah, and
looks like
Cutie-Roo
Galaxy.
with a bit of a death, but that really doesn't deter her too much. She's going to be trying to make it down here to check this pickup. Not quite enough health. I think if you like double bash the fish a couple of times, you might be able to get enough distance to check that. But I'm not entirely certain. But Cutie-Roo heading back into Death Gauntlet itself is probably going to be checking some stuff in Grotto, and Galaxy now is making that play for Ginso Tree.
Yeah, I think this is a really good decision at this point, despite the plant that you're gonna have to leave behind.
All right, and nice little cutscene skip too from Galaxy. I actually don't even do that because I've never tried it before, but Galaxy showing off how much she knows about the game in general to be able to save a little bit of time with entering this. Very impressive.
Really, yeah, they've been really good with doing these things. I've never seen that before either. Just beautifully getting up through these treacherous little moving spikes.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Oosh, here we go. Ginso Tree is the hot pocket place of pickups, and so we're going to see as Galaxy goes through. But tell me, what skill or skills are you hoping to find in Ginso Tree, and why is it grenade jumps?
Yeah, I was actually gonna say I think that they either want to find Stomp, Charge Flame, or Grenade, but I could definitely see Charge Jump, maybe with a Sorrow Teleporter and a Grenade pickup being very exciting as well.
We can
now
dream.
that you mention it. Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, we're gonna see exactly what is gonna happen, and so another interesting play is Cutie-Roo is going to get the chance to check those two pickups that Galaxy was not able to check because she accidentally took an unintentional death to an infinite damage laser. So Cutie-Roo now pushing a block over and is going to be heading back up to grab through, and so we're going to get that check. So keep your eyes peeled on both screens right now because we are covering unclaimed territory.
Yeah, this is a really exciting moment right now because Galaxy hasn't found anything super significant yet, and they're both going through.
Yeah, and we're running out of places here, Oosh. So Galaxy already at Bash Tree, halfway through the Ginso tree in general, finds the Sorrow teleporter. That's really
And
good.
there's nothing for Cutie Room.
Oh man.
Is this gonna be the caster curse of the
Stop!
kiting? Stop! It's there. Okay.
There it
There's
is.
Progression.
Yes, Stomp in Bash Tree. So that is great. Right next to Bash Tree, excuse me. So this is going to allow Galaxy to continue to check these areas pretty quickly. I love this play from Galaxy. After Stomp, she could have just ult-hard and been like go mode, but Valley teleporter as well. What is this tree of teleporters? Oh my goodness.
They have like the world is just open now.
Yeah, but okay, so the interesting question for you, Oosh, you're Galaxy in this instance. You have tons of keystones. You could make the play to go left side right now. Do you do Ginso escape?
That's a really interesting question because usually in a situation like this, Sorrow is not that enticing without Glide. Because you're gonna be, even if you take the teleporter, you're gonna be skipping so many pickups.
Yeah,
so yeah,
and
I'm
it's
actually
like
not sure what the answer is.
yeah, and like the added stress, right? Getting to Stomp Tree, but Ginso escape just kind of plops you right there, right? It's just right outside. And as you mentioned, like Sorrow TP is a play that could be made, but it's difficult. No Glide is on the map, right? No climb charge jump, so it is a little bit trickier to be able to get through that area. But we're seeing Galaxy progress on. I really like this play, and busting out the double bash as well. Oh, falls in, takes a death, but that's okay. There's a save right outside the mini boss, and it just refills its health. So we're gonna see Galaxy continue to progress through and doing the stomp strats.
Wow. I didn't know you could do
Nice.
that. That's super cool.
Yeah, man. And this works in like the elementals and Horu fields as well. So if you have like charge jump and like triple or quad jump and stomp and glide, you can just end up making it through Horu fields without bash just by stomping on the elementals' heads because it refreshes your double jump.
Amazing. It looks like Galaxy is gonna stop progression through here in Ginso, and actually I think that's a pretty interesting play because now she has the teleporter and she can always go back and pick up right where she left off.
All right, to Valley we go for Galaxy as Cutie-Roo now is also going to be entering Ginso Tree. So we're going to see how deep Cutie-Roo also decides to go. And this could be a really big play if Cutie-Roo ends up using the escape to be able to get access to Stomp Tree. But Galaxy says, I have the teleporter in Ginso, so I can make that play for Ginso Tree escape later on if I decide to.
And yeah, I'm fairly certain I've seen both runners do the Swamp Bash, so they definitely have a sequence breaking method of getting into Swamp anyways.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like, until we found Stomp, all we really had was double jump and bash for the longest time. Like, we're 30 minutes into the seed, and we've only found one additional skill. And now, nicely done, Galaxy just letting that shot travel a little bit further. Checking the pickup, it's just going to be experience, but she is now heading on up. We're going to see if she just opts to do Fast Stompless, or if she's just going to head on over to the rocks itself. I like this play a lot, just heading over, and this cutscene really does not cost too much time.
No, and Fast Stompless without dash and yeah, without dash can be really, really tricky to pull off because it's become so tight. You have like 15 seconds to make it away from the scene before it works.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, and here we go. So Galaxy is going to get the next tree. It doesn't look quite like a tree, but don't worry. It works out. It's nature, all right? I'm not going to break down the science of why this is a tree, but it is for all purposes speedrunning-wise.
And yeah.
All right, so like thinking about the seed a bit, what are we looking for, right, to be able to find that sunstone in swamp, right? There's the poison water. There's a few pickups that are really, really high. So what skills might help our runners be able to progress through and find that sunstone more easily?
Charge Jump definitely removes the need for what's it called, to do a sequence break to get into Swamp if you don't want to do the escape.
Oh yeah.
And clean water as well could bring them into Swamp at this point.
Yeah, it's a good
But-
point. Also, I think, yeah, there are some grenade-gated pickups in Swamp itself. I believe there are 2. And so, because of that, if Sunstone is a grenade-gated pickup, that means our runners either A, have to find grenade, or they could put use to that Gumon seal that Galaxy just picked up and do Forlorn escape in order to be able to find a guaranteed grenade pickup. But
Yeah, and some-
they need to find Dash or Charge Flame before that in order to make that dream come.
Is Dash a required pickup for Forlorn logic? Because they just, or Galaxy just picked up the Gumon seal at Feather.
Oh no, it's because you need to break the plan at the end if you want to get grenade. So you
Right,
need like a
right.
way to break. It's kind of funny. Like the thing to destroy blue things is gated by a thing to destroy blue things.
But yeah, it is interesting now because Forlorn could be the play if you want to find maybe Glide, maybe Charge Jump, just something to make Sora a little more pleasurable, I guess you could call it. And they do have it available because they have Stomp.
Yeah, all right. Galaxy making the play, having to travel all the way back up to Upper Valley in order to be able to bash over in order to get access to Misty. And now making the play in here, going to be checking pickups, still looking for that one skill, as you mentioned, to help be able to finish out the seed.
Yeah, Glideless Misty is very scary. There's a lot of spikes and a lot of places you have to go up.
Yeah, we're
it's gonna be
also
interesting.
getting word that Cutie-Roo opted to Alt-R before getting through that second 4-key door. So now is going to be heading on up, and I imagine this is going to be a play to be able to sequence break in order to get access to Stomp Tree. So if Ginso Escape is that hot place where the pickup could be, this could be really, really dangerous for Cutie-Roo.
Yeah, and I want to point attention to the right side of the screen here where Galaxy is doing a double bash chain to get all the way up. Normally, Glide is required here to get up, but this is just, yeah, an impressive display of skill.
Yeah, it's really easy to just like hit yourself in the face with one of those shots for sure. And getting through the section without dash actually really, really makes it a lot harder. And not having triple jump either, just plain old double jump. Very difficult to work through Misty in these set of circumstances, but still manageable as Galaxy is showing off her finesse.
Yeah, and it's not that silly of a play because what's it called? They already have the Sunstone clue, so they know it can't be in Misty. So this just gets the climb tree out of the way, and you don't have to worry about Misty anymore.
Yeah, that's going to be a nice tree advantage or tree vantage for Galaxy going in, because if they don't find Dash or something else that's really going to help our runners out be able to get through this section more easily, then Cutie-Roo is also going to have to make a similar play and be able to work through Misty in similar conditions later on. So already having Climb Tree out of the way, not having to worry about it, could play off as an advantage later on.
Yeah, it'll be. I'm super excited to see when Cutie-Roo gets into Swamp. That also seems like a place where both the Sunstone and the progression could be hiding.
Yeah, for sure. We're running out of places here, Oosh, where progression could indeed be. If we find that Forlorn teleporter, that could be putting Forlorn into logic for us, because getting to Glide Tree, which is where Gumon Seal was doable with Bash and Stomp. So that definitely is in logic. Yep. Oh yeah, and I thank you guys so much from people behind the scenes pointing out that Forlorn is in logic. They can get down to the door because they have Stomp. So that also opens up for just a walk to Forlorn if they decide to go check pickups in Lower Valley. But instead, we're going to see Cutie-Roo come down here into the lower swamp entry area. Finding extra air dash is nice if you have dash, but neither of our runners do.
This is interesting. Cutie-Roo is going for that one-off that is on the way through the long swim and swamp. And it requires a little bit of finesse to get these shots to go the right places and
yeah, not quite being able to do it because it doesn't have Charge Flame, doesn't have grenades to be able to break the floor
Right.
in order to get through. But Cutie is going to be opening the way and maybe soon realize that she's not going to be able to check that pickup or get access to Swamp through here.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Oh, but here's the play. Yeah, this was what you were talking about earlier, Oosh. Galaxy luring this Frankie over in order to be able to check this pickup. This pickup has been in Logic for quite some time.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what it's gonna be because they are just like
Come
they're
on.
just searching one-offs now, and it's Keystone.
It's just the Keystone, man. Ah,
I think we're gonna see either Forlorn or a Ginsu escape very soon.
I would love to see Galaxy maybe go to like Sorrow Tree, maybe go up, finish that Ginso escape, or even dip down into Lower Valley. Lots of pickups. We're gonna see exactly where she decides to go. I missed that teleporter location. Oh, Lower Black Room.
Also an interesting play.
Yeah,
It require a little bit of sequence breaking, but it's another just Galaxy seems to be doing this, just gets the tree out of the way and use the time to think, and I think that's a good way to do it. Like no idle hands.
Yeah, and Cutie-Roo with just double jump here on the left. This is actually really difficult. You either need to set up a zombie Ori state, or you need to double bash a spider shot to be able to get access through there. And yeah, Cutie-Roo is just going to back out. We still haven't seen Black. But wait, did Galaxy just get past that laser like it was nothing? That is so impressive. Holy crap,
Yeah.
that is really hard.
That was the zombie-less Ori.
It gets past the spinning wheel first try. Is she gonna get over? No way, Galaxy. Oh my goodness. Galaxy, here, you can take my record and just move on to brackets. That was insane. Galaxy just did some really insanely difficult stuff. Oh my goodness, I can't believe she just got that first try. That is so hard.
Really awesome, and yeah, just it looks like it was nothing. Using a little bit of save anywhere here to skip a minute-long cutscene as well. Definitely a good use of ability points.
Yeah, I want to bring this back to this idea of a tree vantage, right? Galaxy going for these really insanely difficult out-of-the-way trees, right? Going to Light Grenade Tree with double jump and using the old method, not even setting up a zombie Ori, but double jumping in order to just, by bare tiny bits amount of time, to be able to get past the laser before instant death ensued. And then going through the spinning wheel, right, section with just wall jump and dash. That is a really precise timing to be able to start getting past that and getting it first try. Going through Misty, right? Already having done Glide Tree, just only needs 2 more trees. And look at this play. Using that teleporter from Ginso play in order to get access to Swamp. This is definitely Galaxy's race, and she is in the cockpit and taking control.
Yeah, for Cutie-Roo is starting to fall a little bit behind, but it can all change with just this one fortunate pickup that kicks the gear into go mode.
Yeah, and so we know Lower Valley and like Forlorn are in Logic, but so is Ginso Escape, and Galaxy is going to get access to that nice density of pickups a little bit sooner. Having Stomp is going to allow her to break walls from both sides easily. Doesn't have to bait the shot, doesn't have to do any shenanigans, just immediately going to be able to catapult herself into the escape. But Cutie-Roo making great work, being able to get over to these rocks, going to break these rocks. There it is, with Stomp in order to be able to get her Glide Tree and find that Kumon seal, and then we are going to see that decision from Cutie-Roo. What does she do next with these starved skill situations?
Yeah, for my own curiosity's sake, I really want to see the Forlorn play now because we have Galaxy doing the Ginsu escape. So it's exciting again. I'm quite happy that they're going for these different places.
Yeah, this is a really pivotal moment in the race. Galaxy in Ginso Escape could find that progression. Also going to be able to get access to Stomp Tree by just finishing out the escape itself. And definitely with a skill set to make it a little bit easier. Cutie-Roo in Lower Valley, checking these pickups. Just an energy so far, but that pickup, oh, just experience. Okay, let's see where she goes next. Continuing on to Lower Valley. So she is going to get pets.
I
Yeah.
think it's going to be Forlorn.
Yeah, it could be, but with Vash and Stomp is going to be able to check a lot of these pickups very, very easily. Galaxy not finding anything yet. Oh my god, this is so intense.
Oh, and it's just the amazing music to carry it on is just great.
It's so good. All right, Galaxy coming up. And the fucking dies. She has the double jump over. All right, she gets over to the wall. 1 pickup, 2 pickups left. Cutie coming over here to be able to check these pickups that were not checked. And nothing yet for Cutie. And Galaxy has 1 more. Oh, come on.
What is it going to be? 40 free experience.
Isn't it Forlorn? No way. No.
Like, if progression isn't Forlorn, this is going to swing almost everything back in the favor of Cutie.
Yeah, Kyuru's gonna have some ground that she's going to have to make up because Galaxy is now going to be
There's Charge Flame!
Oh no. Oh my goodness, there it is, Lower Valley, folks. Charge Flame. That's rough, because that opens up so many backtracking locations. So, with that Charge Flame pickup, I still think Galaxy is in a bit of a lead here, because that's brutal, finding Charge Flame there. But at the same time, we have tons of health. We have the capability to be able to check lots of pickups, but it's also going to all come down to where is that grenade pickup? If it is in a nice location for Galaxy, she's definitely going to be in the lead. But if it's buried under that water, man, or if it's buried in a grenade-gated pickup, this is going to buy the time for Cutie to be able to check.
And there's the Sunstone.
Oh, no. There it is. Oh, man.
Do you think that Galaxy is going to say, okay, I have a lot of health, I have Stomp, I could potentially finish the escape like this?
I think I would if I had Ultra Defense. Galaxy spending ability points into the red tree means that's a few more ability points, excuse me. She needs to end up farming to be able to get access to Ultra Defense for the final escape. Because, of course, we don't have clean water, so we need to be able to swim through that poison swim section. But more importantly, Galaxy doesn't have Charge Flame, doesn't have Dash, doesn't have Climb Charge Jump, so has to be able to find a way to break the wall in order to get through. And Cutie on a revisit also to Sorrow, being able to get through that section really quickly, is going to be able to make it to Charge Jump, no problem.
Nice Stomp to catch up to the Spider Shot here. Really well done.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't complete my thought. Galaxy does have Stomp, but has to take a huge damage boost in the fire section. I believe it's 4 damage without Ultra Defense, and does not have enough health then to be able to make it through the poison swim section unless she... Oh no, she does have 8. She has 8 health, so she could barely do it if she did like some TAS level strats to be able to get through the swim. But it would be really, really hard.
An extremely hard escape, and even like the final screen of
No, I'm pretty sure it's 3 with Ultra Defense. The truck is asking me. I'm pretty sure it's 3 with Ultra Defense.
But yeah, also the last screen of the final escape would be very, very difficult. I guess you would have to double bash the fish. So I can definitely understand if Galaxy is going to look for more skills here, possibly while heading towards Sorrow.
Yeah, and here we go. Kyuryu is back in Lower Valley, going to opt to maybe double bash the frog. No, is going to altar out and start going to various places to check pickups. Well, this is actually pretty huge. Kyuryu could end up finding something big that could swing the momentum of the match here.
Yeah, and Galaxy going into Horror Field here. This is also one of those unexplored in Logic places that we have. So this is super exciting again.
Yeah, this is it. So we are entering the really clutch moment. I like this play from Galaxy too, getting the Horu Fields TP because she is over here checking. Oh,
Kyuryu died right before the ability cell.
Oh man, right before that check.
Away. Yeah.
All right, so here we go, Oosh. This is one of probably the most difficult sections of speedrunning a randomizer. You need something, right? I'm guessing Galaxy is either going to be looking for that one skill or is going to be looking for Ultra Defense, right? Cutie just backtracking and checking anything she can think of. What location? Just pick a runner and tell me some location that would be good to check.
Okay, Lower Grotto for Cutie because there's so many plants. And I think, yeah, Horror Fields, going to Forlorn would obviously make a lot of sense for Galaxy at this point. That Charge Flame could definitely help.
Yeah, and here we go. We see some intense double bashing. Double bashing intensifies from Galaxy being able to get up here. Going to bash over the Baneling and check some pickups down here.
Cutiru going for the long damage swim. I don't think she can make it without ultra defense.
Yeah, you need like 7 health bash and ultra defense to be able to make this swim. It's so insane. But yeah, Cutiru is going to Altar out. I like this play, and is just going to back out. And man, this is tough for Cutiru because she did not grab the Ginso tree teleporter, so she does not have access to that final escape. To that Ginso tree escape to be able to go through and progress to Stomp Tree. Has to end up sequence breaking by using the upper swamp entry, or could end up double bashing a spider shot for lower swamp entry.
And Galaxy finds nothing in Horror Fields.
Wow. Yeah, this is tough.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. This is it. Galaxy on the teleporter goes to Hollow Grove, so is going to end up checking the Valley Tree entrance pickups because she does have Stomp, so she has the capability to be able to check the pickups up here. Of course, we as commentators and viewers know there is nothing up there. That could be potentially useful, like a skill, but it could lead her to decide to continue on to the left side of the map and start picking through that lower valley. But that's a health cell. That is going to get some extra survivability for being able to get through Sorrow, but also the final escape.
Yeah, it's quite incredible to, like, they're so far into the game and they've checked so many pickups, and Cutiru is the only one that can break plans. And using that, actually, one I forgot to mention that would be a really good play was going to Spider Sack. I think there could be something in there.
I didn't even think of that either, but there are a lot of Charge Flame gated pickups in here that could be monumental for Cutiru to be able to progress through, because of course with Bash and Stomp, that pickup that Cutiru ended up obtaining was in Logic to get Sea Flame. So all of these pickups now could have been behind their Logic wall in order to be able to check. And this 4 energy door is notorious on the left-hand side of your screen for having a skill in it during this tournament. And it's just energy regen, okay.
This is so exciting, Muffin. Like, every pickup at this point is just either something really important or something you don't care about at all.
Yeah, and look at this Galaxy being jaded by that death earlier in the seed knows that indeed there are three pickups over here in Lower Grotto that she does not know what they are. One of them is this pillar pickup over here that we see her damage boosting through the spikes. I like that play a lot, has lots of health. No need to hold on to that while just checking this one pickup.
Oh yeah, like I completely forgot about this one as well. It's the Forlorn teleporter.
If that's not a sign, I don't know what is.
This could be, like, this could actually mean that Galaxy would miss Charge Flame for even longer, though.
Yeah, that's Touche. I very much so Touche. But I mean, this is crazy, Oosh, right? Here we are being like, okay, so here's the logic, and it's like complex and like working all these ways to put pickups in these possible locations. Like at this point, like screw the logic, man. We're just looking for something, right?
Yeah.
And we are running out of places to check between our two runners. It's like Forlorn, Lost Grove.
There's Wind Restored in a plant.
Yeah, Sorrow. We haven't found Glide, man. Where the heck is Glide, right? Of all places. Glide could probably be in Forlorn, to be honest, because we have access to the front of Forlorn. So, oh man, I can't. Not just because I'm obsessed with Forlorn, but I truly believe Forlorn could be a good place to check. And oh, Galaxy going back to Valley. Is this it? Is this the check?
This could be the check.
All right, we're going to see momentarily. Cutiru continuing to clean up plants. I also really like this play from her. And yes, Galaxy heading to lower
There's
Valley.
Glide.
Oh, Glide was the plant right next to upper swamp entry. Oh my goodness, that is really nice for Cutiru. Going to gate for some safety, but
And there's
also
Clive.
oh my goodness.
It was just all in plans.
Oh man, that is a big advantage for Cutiru, especially in the final escape. Having Glide in that final room is absolutely monumental because we don't have Charge Jump to be able to make it easy. But Galaxy making the play for Lower Valley and is going to get that Charge Flame pickup. right now, what does she do?
That's a really good question.
This is really nice because the final escape now is a lot better. She no longer has to take that huge damage boost in order to be able to get through. So what she could end up doing is doing fish strats, but I don't know how comfortable she is with double bashing a fish through a death trigger that is a tiny little gap that you can sneak through in the final escape. But Galaxy continuing to turn in these maps.
And Kyururu is 1 ability point off from Ultra Defense, and still can't make that long swim into Swamp. So she's gonna have to go hunting for an ability cell.
Yeah, and Kyururu still not opting to do that Swamp entry using the frog to be able to double bash it through. It is a bit of a difficult trick, especially if you haven't practiced it, but it's really coming down to trees here. And Galaxy only has 1 tree left, and she has access to Sorrow TP, Stomp, and a ton of health. With Bash is going to be able to get over to that tree, no problem. But Galaxy probably just honestly looking for enough ability points for that Ultra Defense right now.
Yeah, this is really like when Kyururu gets some progression going and can pick up some trees, it's all going to come down to how long Galaxy is looking for the ability cells here.
Yeah, for sure. Galaxy opting to backtrack in order to check some plants. I like this play because she knows with Charge Flame that all of these plants are potentially in logic. We of course know they are in logic to be able to get Sea Flame in that manner with these skills. And so it could be getting the next big thing, but Kyururu has already made all of this leeway to be able to go over here and check these pickups, as Kyururu backtracking up to this area is going to make the play for dash plant. Oh man, is it at the Raziel no plant? Please just put a dash there again.
Yeah,
oh,
there's
man.
so many one-offs they have to check. This is really a seed that is just thrown the runners from left and right and up and down constantly.
Yeah, what a beautiful seed, man. This is, I mean, you asked for a Swamp TP seed, but this is just like a whole new dimension of pain, right? Like digging through and finding that one pickup while having to simultaneously try and rack your memory for every single one-off that you might have missed. Oh, man.
Yeah, and when you're like 53 minutes into a rando and you're like, I can't even imagine, like, it must be so hard to keep track of what have I actually checked, what is in logic, what can I do right now, what's the most efficient play. Like, there must be a ton going through their head. But it seems like Kyururu here down on the left is just going to check some pickups in lower BRB and potentially go for the light grenade tree.
Yeah, and trying to damage boost up these Brambles, it is possible. Oh wow, she did it. Nice. You just have to make it up to that top one and finds a health cell for Troubles. This has a kind of a lower chance to having progression because we don't have charge jump yet, or like bash grenade. But it could be the thing. It could be dash. It could be something else.
But yeah, the truck pointed out something interesting, and it is that Kyururu potentially doesn't know how to do a swamp entry because she's always done Ginsu Escape in her all skills PB. So that's something she's gonna have to work around.
And now Galaxy continuing on the checks finds that wind restored pickup, but no glide, no climb yet. And is she going to head in? She is going to head in through the iceless area. There's the plant. Does she go up? Okay, this could be it. If she continues on to the right, she is going to find glide and climb. No, she's
going down. Go up, Galaxy.
Galaxy, go up. No, she's continuing down. She's gonna check Grotto. I think this is a pretty smart play from Galaxy.
Yeah, there's definitely nothing wrong in the play. It's just that we know that it's not the right play.
Exactly.
Unless Dash.
Yeah.
Unless Dash is in a plant somewhere down in Lower Grotto.
Yeah, we will find out. Kyururu on the left. This trick is so difficult. This is an older method. The newer method is to spend ability points after you take a death, and that ends up causing a zombie Ori state and allows us to get through the laser. Kyururu probably not knowing the setup, is going to go for an older method, which is using double jumps and glide. Glide does help in order to sneak yourself into that little divot and then buy enough time to be able to get through. But it's very tight and very difficult.
Meanwhile, on the right side, Galaxy picks up 2 ability cells, so I'm fairly certain that Ultra Defense is going to be available here.
Come on, Kyuru.
And
Guys,
more health cells.
if we could just get some energy from the chat to our runners, this is a really difficult scenario. Galaxy doing the map check to see where she needs to go in order to be able to continue on, maybe. And Kyuru just trying to get through this laser, opting to not dig for dash in order to make this section a little bit easier. But it's so important. Oh, that was so close. That was it. That was it. That was so close. You can do this, Cutie.
I'm going to blame the game for that one, Muffin. That was through in my eyes.
That's it. Where's my patch? All right, here we go. Galaxy now coming back to Swamp TV, maybe wanting to check some extra pickups, is going to be heading on up. Oh, probably opting to go into Ginso Tree, just darting around where we know those important plants to be. But hey, this plant in Ginso Tree is in Logic, and it's just in the second room. So this is going to be a pretty quick check for Galaxy. Oh,
yeah.
Kyuru is alt-Ring out, not going to be able to make it through to that light grenade tree, instead opting to head back to Valley. Maybe is going to be now heading over to Misty to work her way to Climb Tree. I think this is good, and then if she finds Dash, that's going to be really good, but also it's just going to allow her to sort of clear her head and maybe come back and try that trick again.
And it looks like it was... There's Charge Jump!
There's Charge Jump! Oh my goodness.
So... this is going to allow Kyuru to get into Swamp much more easily. It doesn't have to do the dangerous swim. And yeah, we're just missing grenade, and then we have your grenade jumps, Muffin.
Oh man, please, please grenade jumps. But also, it's just Galaxy, like, oh man, is going to find that glide. If I were Galaxy, I would just love her to see, grab the glide. You know what? That's it. That's all I need. Is going to now opt to go for Sorrow, get the last tree, and head to the final escape. Still with a bit of a lead because the Charge Jump is going to be her final tree, whereas Kyuru now working to climb, still has to do Climb Tree, still has to do Grenade Tree, and still has to do Stomp Tree as well, and find that Sunstone. So Galaxy still has quite a lead if she just opts to go and finish out the seed, and that looks like that is what her plan is.
Yeah, it's really been back and forth so far in this race. So I won't write Cutie out right now, but as you say, it's definitely a lead in the favor of Galaxy.
Yeah, for sure. And we're going to see how quickly Galaxy is able to get through. The nice thing is that all of this really intense digging we saw our runners do, we have tons of resources. So Kyuru, just really nicely done, being able to get through Misty with such ease. I remember when Galaxy was going through the section, it was very difficult because I didn't quite have glide, didn't have triple jump, but Kyuru just making all this look really easy. Nice display. As Galaxy now having all her trees, is this going to be go mode for Galaxy? We're going to see. Does she teleport to Horu, or does she teleport somewhere else to continue digging?
Yeah, because when she was checking Horror Fields, she also made the play to pick up the teleporter, so it's going to be such a quick decision to make. And we're going to Horror Fields, Muffin.
We're doing it. We're closing out the seed. The bold play from Galaxy is going to be doing the final escape with this skill set. Doesn't have to damage boost. Still no clean water. Has to do the swim, but with Bash, with Glide, with Double Jump, definitely going to be easier to work through some of those more intermediate rooms that normally would be very, very difficult.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if she's picked up Ultra Defense yet, so hopefully she gets talked to by something and we get to see.
Oh man, I was wondering for a second, is she going to check that plane up there? But also, Oosh, this would be so funny if Galaxy goes over and checks the validation pickup. Dash can actually be there.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah. So we could find Dash at the validation pickup. I always, if I get a seed like this, man, I just do it. I just check the validation button. Galaxy now going for Gore War.
How many tries do you think we're gonna see?
It's gonna be first try. Our runners have suffered enough.
Oof.
Oh no! All right, it wasn't first try. We're gonna see how many attempts. All right, and Cutie-Roo now heading back over with Charge Jump is able to check this pickup. Just going to be experience at that Health Cell pickup. And now, I'm guessing, as you mentioned earlier, Oosh, Cutie-Roo is going to be able to make that play for Stomp Tree. With Charge Jump and Stomp, it's now in logic to be able to get through. And Galaxy gets through Door Warp, is going to be the first to enter the final escape.
Yeah, this has been quite the rando.
Oh,
There's Dash!
Oh, they could have checked that so early. Oh, man. Oh, no.
Oh, and she dies. And it's all the way back to the start. Oh.
I would go back for Dash, man. Oh, Dash is way too nice of a skill. But wow, this must be kind of nerve-wracking for Cutie-Roo, right? Like, with double jump and with Bash, you can get up and check that pickup, like, really early in the seed. And, oh man, that would have been so nice to have. But this is also really great for Cutie-Roo. She no longer has to worry about getting the Light Grenade tree with a really bizarre sequence break. And, yeah, definitely going back to Dash. Yeah, I like that 100%.
And meanwhile, on the right here, Galaxy is just breezing through the escape with Ultra Defense and all the abilities that she's picked up throughout this trek of a randomizer. So we're gonna have her coming up on the final screen here, and then it's just going up and avoiding some rocks.
Yep. Oh, a little too far over to the right. Does spawn Kuro, but comfortable with knowing that she can despawn Kuro. Nice, and gets up the wall before the fire spreads. That can be easy to accidentally get the fire. And Galaxy crosses the finish line. Definitely in the lead here. Going to be taking the win. Is going to go up 1 and 2 and going to be progressing into round 4. Still live for qualifying for brackets.
Yeah, and what a seed to have your knockout round on.
Yeah, really intense. And Cutie-Roo over here on the left going to be gliding up, and this pickup is 366 experience. That is a lot. and there's the Sunstone find. Really, really nice. All right, so just to recap, the logic for this run was get double jump, right? Get bash, get wall interaction, which was wall jump, then dig around forever until you just happen across stomp, and then with bash and stomp and valley TP, got our runners access to charge flame, or they could have just walked normally with stomp to be able to get over to get charge flame, and then from charge flame we ended up finding glide and climb in order to be able to progress through and finish the seed. And then charge jump also was gated by charge flame, and dash could have been a really early find if we ended up making the play with double jump and bash. But on the right, the story's been hatched. It's been written in stone. Galaxy taking the win here with a time of 104.18. GG, Galaxy. Well fought.
Yeah, well played. This was definitely not one of those seeds that you finish incredibly quick. It's just you tough it out and you fight through it with a lot of pickups.
Yeah, it's like there is something really to be said, Oosh, about that like mental endurance and just being able to continue to bash away on a seed for really, really long period of time. It's just it's so draining and so difficult. But both of our runners did such an incredible job. Cutie-Roo with that earlier Sea Flame trek was so huge, just barely missing the really important plants. But Galaxy making the play to go to trees with those difficult circumstances of the skills and being able to get those hard ones, right? Like Climb Tree, Light Grenade Tree. And then finding that one pickup she needed to be able to finish out.
And Cutie-Roo picks up her 10th tree, so she will most likely be heading towards Horo here without the teleporter, so I think we'll see her be going from Swamp. And it's going to be super fast with that dash. I'm glad we got to see it in the end. And it's crazy. It was right there all the time, Muffin.
Yeah, it's insane. It's very easy to just overlook that one pickup. And it's like, it's known as getting randoed, but both of our runners ended up getting randoed on dash. So
yeah.
So today, really, the seed, or the randomizer itself, ended up winning.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear their thoughts on how on what went through their head when they picked up Sea Flame. Because one thing I think as well when you're doing these races, at least for me, the longer it takes, the more I think they could finish any minute now.
But yeah, so really we're only missing one skill. So where do you think Grenade was, and why was it forlorn?
Well, because there is a hard-coded grenade pickup in Forlorn. But yeah, I really feel like it could be anywhere that doesn't involve clean water so far, at least from what we've seen. So maybe there is clean water in Forlorn and it was somewhere in Lost Grove. It could literally be anywhere.
Oh, yes, and now Cutie going for the door over attempts. Nice, gets in there.
First try.
First try. I didn't actually see if that was first try or not, but you know what? First try.
And yeah, Cutie
yeah,
is gonna make
ahead.
quick work of this this escape. It's a breeze with dash, and we've definitely seen that she knows how to use it. Dash in this game is really dangerous. I feel you can easily just lose control of your character and fly across the screen. Going for a little bit of style going over here. Oof. That was quite cool. Opting out of it this time, understandably. We've seen that she can do it. Even skipping a little bit. Oh, I like this.
Yeah,
Cutie
nice
was
back
just-
up there. That's insane. Like, yeah, getting that charge
Yeah.
jump is really tricky. That angle is really, really tight to be able to get through that and not like run into the lava plume. It's so
Yeah.
tricky.
And before that, deciding to go over and completely skipping, having to bash the spawning Koro here, but quickly dodging it with C-Dash. Coming up towards the end here, and GG to Kyuryu.
Nicely
What a
done
man.
from Kiru, crossing the finish line. Well fought indeed. This seed was definitely not an easy one, and like it doesn't matter the experience of the runners. It didn't matter whether or not you have a ton of seeds under your belt or you just started the randomizer recently and have been practicing hard. But both of the runners today put on a really impressive display, and I would have struggled with this seed a lot as well, Ush. This was not
Yeah.
an easy.
They definitely played this well. Very impressed throughout especially the early game with all the cutscene skipping and stuff. It was just so smooth, very easy. Or it made it look very easy. It was great.
Yeah, I hope we are able to get our runners in for an interview. Both of our runners are both, of course, invited to join as we have time for some questions, but just waiting on Kyuryu to finish and to hear. All right, and it looks like Galaxy is going to opt out of the interview. That is completely fine. No
Yeah,
problem.
it's optional. And I can definitely understand that you'd maybe be a little bit exhausted after an hour and 4 minutes of randomizer. And you have to think so hard.
Yeah, for sure.
But hopefully
Oh my
Kyuryu will join in here.
Yeah, we will see in a moment. Oh man. So Ush, tell me some of your favorite war seeds, because this has been a pretty cursed tournament so far, hasn't it, with seeds?
Yeah, there's been some pretty funky ones. Yeah, not to toot my own horn, but I really think the seed that me and Didu played was very interesting because we both completely forgot one pickup, and it was just where all the progression was. And I think the one, trying to think here, the Vulajin had this week as well was also very rough, but it was interesting to see how one smart decision with a mega health could change everything.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and like my first seed was like a forlorn Horu. It was just absolutely beautiful. But folks, it looks like we are going to wrap up. We went on pretty long here, so we're just going to opt to not have an interview, but that's okay because there is more exciting speedrun action that is going to be coming up, Ush. We have some really exciting runs today, don't we?
We definitely do. We have one coming up in 15 minutes, if I'm not entirely mistaken. And it's gonna be Hell versus Terra over actually right here.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. So don't go anywhere, folks. We will see you in 15 minutes for that. But major thanks to Didu for restreaming, Oshi and Skullblocka for trucking as well, and Oosh, thank you so much for joining on commentary. This was a really exciting match for us to commentate.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Thanks, Covert.
Yeah. All right, guys. See you in 15 minutes as we get set up for the next race.
Mm-hmm.